make this place go. What makes this work are the 160 families that we serve every month, every week, that come through here every week. What makes this work are the vendors and the local support we have from grocery stores and from rescue food and from the food bank and from donors that walk in the door as they have done this weekend and fill up our carts with food to go back out to people throughout Northeast Iowa. In July, to tell you where we are currently in the need here, in July we were serving 868 family members in July. And in September, we served 1,899 family members at a time where there's less food to access because there's less food going into the USDA program. The need is great. The need is real. And part of this opportunity today, there are handouts up here that talk to you about food insecurity. And I have a story that one of our board members told me that makes it very real. There was a fourth grader that she was working with who came up to her and said, "Boy, I'm sure glad the backpacks were full this weekend." And the volunteer was thinking, I'm not sure exactly what she was talking about. But as the little girl kept talking, she said, "The backpacks were full, so I had a good weekend of food this weekend." That's food insecurity in real time, because 7.3% of people in Winneshiek County, it's like 9.3% of people in Fayette County, 8% in Clayton County, 7.6% of people in Alameda County. That many people, a total in Winneshiek County alone, 1,400 people have food insecurity in our neighborhood, in our community. We can't solve all of those problems, but we can help take some of the pressure off, that when they come through our doors and we welcome them as our neighbors and we help them have food in their pantry so that they can eat and augment their already existing budget. But this is an amazing concept, and I want to shout out to Carol Hemseth, the former director of this pantry, who recognized as they moved from First Lutheran Church, where this pantry first opened, to this new facility about 3 years ago, the opportunity that was here to use COVID dollars and other dollars to have the freezers and coolers that we have available. I've had volunteers that have said they've been in pantries in Washington, D.C. and Seattle and other places that don't have available to them what the Decorah Community Food Pantry has, and that's because of you, and that's because of the volunteers, and that's because of the support of the community, truly. Rhonda Greitman and I share one full-time position at the pantry. The resources that we have go into the food and into the facility to make sure it goes back to the people in the community. When we come back from the walk, I'll do a real quick little rundown. We're going to walk up here to Washington, all the way down to Water Street, down Water Street to Mechanic, up Mechanic to West Pearl Street, and weave back. And my good friend Jim Dale made a really good point. If anybody decides at any point you want to have a shorter route, feel free to have a shorter route and come on back. The pantry door will be open. There'll be volunteers in there with water and apples. And make yourself at home to look at the pantry and get to know it a little bit better. Any questions or comments?
Volunteers, there's a sign. Anybody that's interested in volunteering? There's
a sign-up sheet over here on the red cart. If you're interested in knowing more, put your name and contact information. I or Rhonda will contact you, and we'll match you up with what you're looking to do in the pantry. There are a number of volunteers, regular volunteers. So as you're walking today, please say hello to one another. Get to know somebody a little bit different. And I do want to point out also our local RSVP, the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. About 80 of our 110 volunteers come through the local RSVP program. We couldn't do it without those volunteers. So, enough chat. Nope, not enough chat, Nancy.
Announce that when they get back to go in and look at our mural.
Thank you. Please, as you come back, do come into the pantry. We hope that the mural that's being created will grab your eye as you walk into the pantry. You can't almost help but see it, so look up and it'll grab your eye. And we've got a local student, an art student from Luther, who is coming in and doing that work. in off hours of the pantry. And on the last one more note, often you'll see the pantry hours are from 12:30 to 4:30 or 12. That's not true. I usually come into the pantry about 7:30 in the morning, and always, there are volunteers always here ahead of me getting the pantry ready for work that afternoon. So when people talk about the hours of the pantry, it's fair to say 7:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon, because that's how often the pantry is up and operating.
7 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday.
7 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday. And Charlie Smock is going to be, because he walks all over the town of Decorah, he's going to be pulling up the rear today. So Charlie's the last guy in our walk today, simply so we know that everybody got back with us. If you are going to check out early, let somebody know, so we just know that we've all gotten back together and safe. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Food insecurity is a real thing in America, in Northeast Iowa, and in our community. I keep saying one more thing, but here's something we've started doing in the community pantry that I'm very proud of. Our neighbors who come to shop here, our clients in our technical language, but our neighbors who come to shop here, we've started engaging them in how they too can give back to the pantry. If they bring in grocery bags, if they bring in egg cartons, if they have a skill that they can share with us, if while they're waiting, they can help us take our bulk eggs and sort them out into dozens. There are many ways that it truly is a community pantry, that everybody in the community can participate in different ways. So again, thank you for being here. When you hear somebody talk about food insecurity in Northeast Iowa, please direct them to us. It is incredibly very real. I've been here for 2 months as the director, and what I have been in awe of, the operation is awesome in and of itself, but oftentimes who walks through this door in need of food can oftentimes be surprising. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful walk.
I just wanted to say, you have suddenly become very tall.
Yes, thank you, Deb. Thank you.